I know she's just thankful to still be playing basketball this time of year after a year ago being a spectator with that injured knee. And a great feed. Ideal start for Baylor into Kirsten Johnson. KJ with an early two. Geitenbeek drops it down to DLB. It falls back to Jana. And that leaves one of the most dangerous shooters in the country open. Scott takes it to the rim. And look, when I talked to Nikki Collins start of the year.
This is nothing that you don't expect. She's going to play through contact. Just because you foul her doesn't mean there's not a chance for that back.
Thompson. Pocket picked, and it's off to the races. KJ with the bucket. Again, defense to offense for Baylor. Let's keep it here for a moment. Still have a fraction of a second left. Davidson had almost double-digit attempts. They were much less efficient than Baylor, as Fauntleroy uses every bit of that shot clock before knocking down the triple. Again, Big 12, all defensive squad, Bella Fauntleroy, but certainly not lacking in the offensive category as well. May have gotten a fingertip to that one. It'll fall to Marshall, can't go. 2 bites of the apple, not enough for the Lady Texers.
Yeah, the length is really bothering the Texters on this end. They just cannot seem to get a shot that's not altered. Before, we have another Talia Scott and one basket, but...
And they're coming off a 93-66 win over Stephen F. Austin back in Ruston. Another swat this time, and Geitenbeek. A little over 2 minutes to go here in this opening quarter. Johnson able to beat her defender and finishes with the left off the glass. Dunn in the corner. A little tough pass from Little Paige Bugs, trying to find Abrahams. Able to save it. Still plenty of time on the shot clock. As Dunn gets into the paint and adds 2 more.
You mentioned her game versus Davidson, the game-winning shot in overtime, and she seems more comfortable today as I watch them more. She's definitely more comfortable today on the offensive end.
Somebody forgot about Hillary Dawson, though. They're preseason favorites this year in Conference USA. They're the only team that returns its top 2 scorers. Those 2 happen to be sophomores, so bright future ahead. Bradley beats the buzzer. Paris Bradley. Calm, cool, and drains that one from long range. Scott, slightly more traditional three-pointer. Time expiring.
Yeah, just sometimes you just the ball go through the basket, but Talia Scott said, if I see yours go through the basket, I'm good too.
We're still stuck on just the 3-pointers so far this quarter, and Johnson finally breaks that trend with the 2.
Yeah, really good move right here by Markayla Johnson, the freshman. Just shot clock running down. Like you said, we've only seen 3-pointers this quarter, able to make a tough.
Let's see if that gives Louisiana Tech permission to score inside the arc. I'll whip it in baseline, and that answers that question quickly. Kaylee Thompson. Last year, a 28-win campaign. And that is the 4th block from a Baylor Bear. Again, the team that's 5th in the nation in blocks per game. Then the grad student for Baylor, who started her career over in Stanford, back when Stanford was located on the Pacific Coast before it moved to the Atlantic Coast. Right now, outnumbered, Baylor does a good job getting numbers back defensively in transition. Another feed down low, and that's an easy dime. Scott matched up with Bradley. Dunn, both feet behind the line. High arcing 3, drops it through. Dribble from Joy Madison Key, the sophomore out of Grand Prairie. And Geitenbeek will tap the ball to herself, able to stay in play. Jana finds Scott, that's usually a good option. Dunn, quick feed, gets the assist. 2 more points for KJ. Active hands, Little Paige Bugs. Picks the pocket and drives it the other way. Kaylee has a lot of potential. The junior in her first year coming over from the junior college ranks. And count the bucket for Bradley. She'll go to the line looking for the and one.
Good move. Right there you see she jumps off.
So even with those two great powerhouses in different conferences now, still on the schedule. And Terry, double points off the bench for the freshman. Key will bring it up the floor. Gets the handoff from Bradley. Pemberton forces another turnover as it falls to Van Geitenbeek. Johnson running. Count the bucket.
They bring Markayla in for her energy on defense, but today she has done it on the offensive end. You see her right here in transition, getting out, getting a good pass, and just finishing through the...
Baylor's been able to find 12 points off 16 turnovers from Louisiana Tech. Bradley just looking for a sliver of daylight, and her persistence pays off. She's matched up with Bradley. Determined to get those 2 points. Now 7. Marshall the handoff to Madison Key. In the paint. Scott. What a team player, Talia Scott. Heaves one, banks it right to Dariana Lopez-Buggs to give her an 11th rebound, now 4 points. Somehow they're not going to give her an assist for that. Strong move. Pulling those 2 points back. Hillary Dawson, Three Rivers College, along with Kaylee Thompson. Seventeenth turnover for Louisiana Tech. Fauntleroy driving for a closer look. And Louisiana Tech coming up with the basketball. Good feed into the post. And again, it's a Louisiana Tech team. You can see why. 4.5 minutes to go. Fauntleroy. Still let him play. Most of these players will have a chance to join their families tomorrow for Thanksgiving. A great feed down low. Dawson able to bank it in. In all likelihood, are going to be picking up a win here the day before Thanksgiving. Active hands again. Pemberton looking to add to her season high. Dunn, open look from the corner, good. And for an 8th time all-time, another block added to Baylor's line. Kyla Abraham with the swat. Scott will pour in 2 more. Well, shot clock operator can rejoin their family now for Thanksgiving. They're done for the day. The Lady Texans aren't. Jaden Terry with 2 more for the freshman. Talia Scott will dribble it out. Baylor back in the win column, 6-1 to kick off this new season. The 15th ranked Bears kicking off their 5-game homestand.